tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So me plea are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging, go now. We ended 1 week. From Versailles to the country. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Go now. This is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, day too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff their pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas and down on their knees. And I'm begging, go now. They try to stick me with rage me. They have more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. That's why I'm singing. Go now. Please, Mrs. Kamla. Go now. Take Munila and Sharma. Go now. Please. Them and them minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick. Swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat-eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony. Mama Guy Caroni, Sweet Man Glenn and Sharma, came face to face with the karma. And it was awful, gone through with Tupac. Don't need a big mouth to tell them go. Watch her and see they just follow now. Before we regret tomorrow, please. You're setting a bad example. Family values they trample. Go. It's only vice they desire now. Before the 5 years expire, like a dog with fleas and down on their knees. And I'm bleeding go now. Before we end in bankruptcy. Before they empty the treasury. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm bleeding go now. Immediately. And don't forget your AG. Go now, please. Love to quarrel, always alright.
Good afternoon, folks.
Igwe,
Devon
good afternoon. Peace.
and love.
Blessed evening, everyone. Before I begin to the Igwe, I need to set the record straight. It is said and believed that he who pays the piper calls the tune. I am on record here. No one pays this piper, so no one will call tune for this piper. I always mention the Ancient of Days Igwe. A tent or a cottage Oh, why should I care when he's building a palace for me over there? Though exiled from home, yet still I could sing, all glory to God, I'm a child of the King. My father's own son, the Savior of men, once wandered on this earth in Galilee as the poorest of them. But now he is pleading for sinners on high, like me, as a sinner, and heir to a mansion, a robe, and a crown. So to those who continue to spread misinformation about me, just know, I know when you're giving, be prepared to take, so I'm prepared to take. But also, they must know I'm entitled to defend myself with whatsoever available means is available to me. And I'm going to say that here now. When peace like a river attendeth my way, Igwe, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, he has taught me to say, even so, it is well with my soul. So nobody need not worry about Carl Keaton, because it is well with Carl Keaton's soul. Nobody need not worry about him. I am taken care of by the Ancient of Days. Independent talk for Sunday the 17th, 2024, Devon. And Sunday the 17th March 2024 is a significant day in my life. In 1996, the 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day. And people stopped talking about St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I entered into the estate of matrimony.
Oh, okay.
That would have been 28 years, unfortunately. It don't work out.
Things happen.
But I regret.
Oh, never.
It was one of the best time in my life. So Igwe, that should have been 28 years of marital bliss.
And talking about St. Patrick's Day, I noticed there is
We're encouraging people
some activity.
near and far, or far and near. Come to St. Patrick's this afternoon, Sorters in particular.
Yeah, you're looking nice outside. I haven't seen
The setup start looking good.
Yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good.
So come one, come all, bring the family.
Yeah, you're looking good.
And make it watch. There were times in when St. Patrick's Day was St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I was living in Mount Rose, Pointsville area. And we had to take the bus when he head in Grenville.
Yes.
Because you don't get in seat when the bus coming back to Sorters, Igwe. No, you have to take the bus and take a long ride.
Take a long ride.
And sometimes the bus pick up so much of us when it's in Tivoli full, you just have to turn and come back.
And come right back. Yep.
So we want to see those days come back. I think QT is the person kind of leading the charge this time.
Yeah, QT are in charge.
So kudos to you, QT, on your endeavors.
And we want to wish all of you organizers.
Yes,
and
all the organizers. And come out and patronize the thing.
Support.
Big support. Grenada still remains my constituency, Igwe and Devon. Real FM is my parliament for the time. And the people's spokesman alongside with Devon and Igwe to the blessed and protected by the Ancient of Days. Like I always say, my purpose here, because I want people to know what is my purpose here, is to give people the facts. And I don't just want people to listen to me so alone, Devon. Check me. Check what I see to see if it's facts. What you do with the facts is a matter entirely for you. I'm here to advocate for justice and truth, even when it don't affect me directly, Devon. I'm also here to advocate for those who cannot do it for themselves, like the disenfranchised, the marginalized, and the vulnerable. Because that award, the Congress don't like, and we go tell you today why they don't like the award, because what they doing with the poor people, children, breaking down the thing on the side of the road. When GDB should have been the place, poor people, children could have gone and get a little money to fix it up and make it look pleasant on the eye. But I am giving one set of people the funds. Real FM, real media, new media. I'm here to make those who are hurting by the actions of this government, Devon, because we have to come for them with hope, with facts and information. As we see where shame is absent, anything could happen. Like how they breaking down poor people, children thing on the roadside. The heartless Devon.
That's more than heartless. I mean, that's unconscionable by this, and it's a basically a policy set out by this government to do that.
To take advantage of poor people, children.
Yeah, because look at who that they have leading these efforts to mash up poor people place.
Yeah, let me take the call. We have a call online.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sorry.
Good afternoon, Devon.
Good afternoon, my
Master
friend.
Kalanigo.
Yay!
Hey, Devon.
Yes, my brother.
Something I never heard. Even Real FM spoke about. It's something I was going through Devon. And you know something? You know, one side in Grenada had only lawyers running Grenada, and he never walk out. I don't know if you guys ever look at that. Look at Tillman Thomas, Nazim Buck, Dickon Mitchell, Maurice Bishop.
Yeah, the revolution.
Just never walk out.
I wonder why.
And you guys have to look into that. Why he never work with the lawyers? That's why I'm saying in the NNP, we have to find someone else beside a lawyer. When the time comes to vote, we have to find someone else. The lawyer does not work for Grenada. No one look at that. It does not work. Too much competition. Look during the revolution, Devon. How much of them was lawyers we had there? We had a few of them well, you know.
Yeah, well, let me see.
It don't work.
Bishop. Yeah, a few.
Understand? Don't work. And in Gary time, you know who was one of the lawyers in Gary there, but Gary never wanted him to
Derek Knight.
get involved in the politics.
Derek Knight.
You remember that, eh?
Yeah.
Derek Knight.
Minister without
That means
portfolio.
Gary knew something about lawyers. That means Gary knew something about lawyers. I just look at it, I'm going through the history, and I check it, I say, wait a minute here now. You know, every time a lawyer come to rule Grenada, it fail. It fail. Just think about it, guys. I'm listening.
All right. Yes.
So that one will try to deep into the GDB saga.
Yes. Take a look at.
I need to ask some people 2 years on if they are better off.
Yeah, we'll also try to dive in a little bit into the Prime Minister's press conference.
Because you're on here and I want to get your take on it, the effects of the economy. And we have some clips to play. I don't know if you'll get into that, into failed promises.
Yeah,
by this government. Let's go. Let me take on.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
in the press conference, I heard that the COP mentioned something about that police officers selected to be in the force. They're training them for 2 years. I don't know if you had picked it up. You said something about used to be 6 months, but they're training them now for 2 years. So I'm not sure if Master Carl could give me some light on this one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my dear.
The thing about it is, Devon, this Prime Minister does say a lot of things, but it's not true.
Yeah.
You see, he always try to make blanket statements without explaining. Just like everybody go be permanent when you know that can happen. Now, he speak to succession planning. So what he's saying, we go train persons for 2 years for a succession planning into succession of leadership for the force. However, the rank structure in the public service, maybe only the RGPF what our succession planning.
Yeah.
Because they could move from constable to commissioner. And because there is not a minimum expectation to come in the force, you almost have 5 and 6 O levels to be a police. Because police is still a science. You could have and then we still within the RGPF at present, you have over 200 persons with degrees.
Yes, that's a fact.
So if he understood the point, even what he wanted to make about the succession planning, and he met a succession planning, and that's why he had to remove Tafawa Pierre.
You see,
And John Mitchell and others. So it's a topic we are going to delve into one of these days.
You see,
succession planning.
They are so busy trying to destroy the structure.
Destroy the force.
Right, of the force, and so they missing, well, they deliberately not seeing the succession plan that is there. Because, I mean, the structure of the Royal Grenada Police Force over the years was a structure put in place to ensure that officers came from the bottom to rise right up to the top, similar to the prison service and so.
Well, Vanny Cohen is a product of that.
Of course, Vanny Cohen is a product of that.
Carnot is a product of that.
Yeah. And also,
but the one by the past are not a product of that. They come in and just run up the thing.
And also today there are so much inconsistencies and so that both the Prime Minister and the Commissioner of Police and so, because in the Commissioner's press conference he stated that he spoke to the Prime Minister. The last time he spoke to the Prime Minister was the Tuesday, right? And in the Prime Minister's press conference, the Prime Minister said while he was in Guyana, he was briefed daily by the Commissioner.
But then when you know the Prime Minister does lie.
Well, of course.
So why you find it strange? He must lie.
But he have the Commissioner of Police entangled in that also.
But remember, he don't give the Commissioner of Police security of 10 years. He just give him 1 year.
Yes.
And he's still boasting. The Commissioner of Police is a retiree. The deputies are retiree. And the one by the past year is a retiree. But you don't have nobody understudying the retirees. And you're talking about succession plan. Like you think people stupid.
Yes.
So let me run through the GDB thing.
Yes.
And then we'll get to that.
Yes. Because we have receipts for everything that we bought, right?
I'm using an article written in one of the things. The Grenada Development Bank became a body corporate in 1976. The bank completed draft amendment bill to amend the GDB Act, Cap 129. Andrea Sonbonard is serving as the chairperson of the GDB since 2022. But she's also the treasurer of NDC.
Treasurer of NDC.
So we've seen all kind of things there. The Grenada Development Bank may soon be able to issue shares and accept deposit from customers if the Cabinet of Ministers approve a recommendation to expand the function of the bank, which became a body corporate. Government is yet to issue a public statement in the night again, and I need to know, or have consultation on the recommendation. But the draft amendment to the GDB legislation has been submitted for cabinet approval. So I want them to see that it's not true. The GDB, Government Grenada Development Bank, completed draft amendment bill to amend the GDB Act 129, Cap 129. The bill seeks to expand the function of the bank to authorize the bank to issue shares, accept certain types of deposit from customers, as well as strengthen its governance. The bill was submitted to Cabinet for its consideration since 2022 annual report of the Grenada Authority for the Regulation of Financial Institutions, GAFIN. The National Security Advisor is the chairperson of GAFIN. So you realize the chairperson of GAFIN is the National Security Advisor. The chairperson of GDB is the NDC treasurer. So let me go. Because you see, when they started to give these loans to sitting MPs, Devon, which, because they must change the legislation them now, you know, because this is illegal.
They like to backdate.
So they're trying to legalize
the
money.
The illegality, they're trying to legalize it.
Because I go ask some questions, So let me go. Mash up and buy back. The GDB was designed to supplement the ordinary man, like those who are breaking down the thing on the roadside. In his quest for support to projects such as farming, small and medium business, and education. Education is the key to utter poverty that would be virtually impossible to source from a commercial institution because of the terms of reference and the interest rate and thing. You could get 1% from GDP. You cannot get that in commercial institution.
Security
So,
and everything.
yeah. So you understand. Opening up to receive deposit, which change the trajectory of the institution and give undue influence to the highest depositors who may not have the best interest of the Grenadian public at heart. You see, Devon, I have receipts because the same Prime Minister says, when you see strange decision make, find out who pay for the rally and the big fete. So somebody who pay for the rally and the big fete maybe go be a depositor in the bank. There we go.
A major one too.
Another example of the NDC attempt to destroy the very foundation of an institution established to meet the needs of the ordinary man. What Tillman Thomas is a man who talk about institutions. You don't hear in that one.
You have any plugs?
The architecture provide a path for the poor and vulnerable to escape the condition and embrace success the Grenadian way. Working hard plus opportunities equal success. The new administration is quickly eroding what has become Grenadian using the development bank to feed the greed and get rich quick, using the money from the bank to facilitate the ministers to make large purchases, quite in contrast to the original purpose of the bank. In the same breath, the same approach with the RGPF breaking it up to build it back. So you see the question the human asked, or the 2 years? The Prime Minister has launched an obvious attack on the RGPF, exposing names of officers in an internal investigation, which he, as a lawyer, ought to know better. First, in the history of our country, that is transformation, Deacon style, literally crushing the image of the organization, shouting that there was never a succession plan, that he will make leaders in 24 months, total rubbish. So that what, so Carla, you hear what happening, you know? Because she asked that. He had to make leaders in 24 months. All the promise he make to Grenada, he can do it in 24 months. But he go make leaders in the RGPF in 24 months.
And he's lying about the succession plan.
So we will deal with that even. When the news broke, Devon, about sitting MPs on the government side getting those massive loans from the GDB, we here on this program and other programs like this gave the government a serious warning as to the illegality and the possible fallout and for the far-reaching implications it could have on the bank, it could have, by extension, the country, the government, and the economy. But true to form, the NDC administration did not listen. And because of this, the bank is now at a crossroad. At the time, we questioned how the donors to the bank would feel about the illegal act of giving these sitting government MPs those monies in such large amounts. We talk about it. So now we are at the point of who can here go feel. There is information there now to suggest that the donors to the GDB are uncomfortable with the way the board is handling the affairs of the bank.
So donors like CDB.
Yeah. So the chairperson who happens to be the treasurer of NDC. And as such, the illegal way of giving MPs money. So they have to find donors or financiers elsewhere. It is like the bank. So he begs the question, you know, Devon. when this this thing with the GDP reach before the cabinet, the question here is, will Andy Williams, Lennox Andrew, Telesford, Senator Jonathan Lacquette, and Kieran James sit in the cabinet meeting? Because that would be conflict of interest and corruption, NDC style. So let me explain the thing to people now. And we must ask some question. It is believed that the prior donors of the GDP are uncomfortable with giving the GDP money because they're giving one set of people millions of dollars. It is believed they also would cease the amount of funds they give to GDP. So the question is, and it's a fair question, so all these trips to Dubai, because we say we doesn't know because he doesn't come back and tell us, but I tell you one day we go find out him.
Need to know basically.
So all the trips to Dubai, was it to find donors?
Depositors.
All the passports sell to the Russian. Was it a means to get them to donate? But the thing about it is the chatters on the street say, them people are them they contact to pay or to donate or to contribute or to finance the GDP. Say, watch, we don't give in all that kind of money if we don't have shares. So they literally handing over the GDP on a platter, but you want to know for who? Mm-hmm. Is it for crooks? Is it for conmen? Is it for Russians? Is it for your friends in Dubai with rain falling on your galvanized? We want to know. And this is one. Or is it all the more reason for the aggressive nature of selling CBI passport over 3,000? Yeah. Because we want to know, because money, corruption, conflict of interest is nothing to do. Because remember one time they say, oh, he does have to recuse himself. So we want to know who recusing themselves now, Devon, when those things are being discussed. So the GDP now is simply this. We want these people and then we say, don't give Andy and them a lot money because it is illegal so to do. So they're trying to now make it legal by making it a commercial entity and persons are shares. Well, so the question is, the intention was to help the small man by very concessionary rate, 1%. So when these people become shareholders, what will happen?
That gone up to 3 and 4, perhaps 5%.
Remember, I started by saying the one who pays the piper calls the tune. I didn't just say that because I know that. So the one who pays the piper, who pays GDP, who invests the money, they go call the tune. So what go happen to the small man?
Very interesting though. Master Carl.
Where is Tillman? Because the country patrimony is being given away. Because the bigger about the country's patrimony. Where is Mr. Tillman, the Honorable Tillman Thomas?
But you don't have to really call Mr. Tillman because these things are embedded in NDC, you know. If you recall, a number of years ago, what happened to the quote-unquote Republic Bank and the other banks that the revolution had acquired for $1 and made it Grenadier owned bank? Who sold them? It was the same NDC government that did that. So they have a thing about banks, when government-owned banks, that this party is just, I mean, they're eager to sell off assets, especially banks. Now they're going after GDP.
I want to read something here, you know. I won't call the name. If they do that, the GDP, it means that the GDP will compete with the other commercial banks and credit unions. Yeah. So GDP will do its own banking and receive wire, do government payments through the GDP, and so less government transaction in other banks and credit unions. Okay, because they go controlling, the chairman is them.
Yes.
The board is theirs.
Yes.
So
that's a significant observation made by
that
person.
Igwe.
All government businesses, when it comes to financial,
might just go to GDP.
Will go through GDP. So one, they will have control over it, over that because they know who the chairperson is, right? It's an NDC, right? And then they would also have a say in who gets loan and who don't get loan. You understand? So it's, I mean, we in for a rude awakening with Grenada Development Bank, and you see one of the donor agencies for the Grenada Development Bank is CDB, Caribbean Development Bank, and if these people, right, start to question the operation of our Grenada Development Bank, then we're in trouble. Farmers are in trouble. Small business people in trouble, right? Because if we don't get in support from these other organizations, right, then where would money come from to support farming projects in our country, right? The low-income persons who want to open a small business, a child you want to send to educate, but then again, it's only for some of the ministers because they can send the children, get money from GDP and send the children away to study.
Or in England and all.
You understand? So again, always the most vulnerable, poorest people in this country always feel the weight, right? And this is crazy. Right? They're in a selling mood. And that's not the only thing that they put in on the block. Pay attention to Grenlec. Grenadians, pay attention. Chatters on the street has reliably told me that out of the 5 generators they have, there is only 2 or possibly 1.5 that is working. That is why we have these interruptions so often every week. Pay attention, Grenadians. The government does not want to invest, right, in generators or to uplift or to upkeep Grenlec. You know what is the next thing behind it? They are about to put Grenlec on the chopping block. Please pay attention.
Yeah, let's take it.
Let's take the call. Good afternoon and welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I need somebody to explain to me. I was always of the opinion that the Grenada Development Bank was part of the Caribbean Development Bank. So I'm wondering, can they make decisions without the approval or something? I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, of the Caribbean Development Bank.
Let me try to help you. They say the bank became a body corporate. So that means the bank could make decisions on its own.
Yeah, they can't make decisions on their own because it's a sovereign country. But however, based on the decisions that you make as an individual government, right, the CDB, that's the general body, one of the contributors to the bank, can withhold. They can withhold their funding because of the decisions you make. Okay, so because they are the ones that putting in a chunk of money there for our local farmers and small business people.
So this is why I'm wondering, how come they could just do what they want here? Because if funds are coming from the Caribbean Development Bank, I would think that there is some level of decision making that they can do. I'm just thinking. So, and I'll listen to the rest on
okay, my dear. Have a good evening.
No. Donor agencies does not like to interfere in internal affairs, so they might not tell you
what to do.
But if you used to get 10 million, they might tell you only one you could get now.
Yes.
And the fact that chatters on the street believe they have to go and look for other financiers tells a story in itself.
Yes.
Maybe they don't get in what they used to get there. Yeah. And the fact that the other financiers, chatters on the street believe, say, you know what, if you don't have shares in that thing, we don't give you any money. So they hand it over to the biggest shareholders on a platter or patrimony. Robert and Sandra for what's time. I don't check in on the patrimony, just go in so. I take the call.
Questions have been asked. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, my friend.
How you all doing?
Not too bad.
Igwe, Master Carl, Devon.
Yes.
But I come down with lift up in all in prayer today because I know how to keep all the God to keep all the close. Because if all was not there, we would not be informed. A lot of things will be going on the drain.
Praise the Lord.
But Devon, what you were saying something there a while ago. As I just entering the door, you were saying something about the generator. Mm-hmm. What you said, Devon?
Yeah. No,
absolutely true. Yeah. Because Grenlec man told me that is in Chula Mer. You know they have a big generator?
Mm-hmm.
They just had to generate current for the south. A man in
So you have to learn current?
You have to learn current.
And he said, what you just said in terms of selling Grand Lake, they're about to sell Grand Lake. They're about to sell it.
Yeah, cabinet will make a decision very soon.
Yeah, they're looking to sell Grand Lake.
Majority
so Grenadians sit down there, we get it back. For we as Grenadians, we get it back. So we could pay. And they sit down there for them to let it go and sell again. And then we go, it be a hardship for us. It's up to them.
But in getting it back, the same man was Prime Minister and all the day by the door blocking it.
Yeah.
But we have a Prime Minister in Grenada?
Yes.
You sure?
You think so? I don't
based on the Constitution we do.
And based on the Constitution. Talk about the
based on the
Constitution.
Constitution.
But other than that, we have a Prime Minister in Grenada.
Yeah.
This country running by its own.
The office
They
of
feel to
Prime
do
Minister.
some-
The office
Yeah,
of
the
Prime
people-
Minister is there, but the individual
Your office
is missing.
there.
Yeah.
But where is he?
Well, there is a lot outside for him, you know. Missing a lot.
I understand now. I was talking to my aunt in America this morning, and she told me there was a suit coming for Grenada, you know, for the people have been murdered there. I think they're taking legal action against Grenada.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's within their own right to do that.
But I had a conversation with a gentleman on that issue. And the gentleman say, Massacre, the reason the Prime Minister take all these days to address the nation, he was seeking legal advice. How he could take out himself.
Well, he can't take out himself.
And put the police, so you know when the suit come, he want them to charge the police and find them guilty to say them not responsible. But why he forget the same commissioner who say he's satisfied with the place? The commissioner know when they bring the prisoners upstairs in the station, you have a window. Because you can't go and stand up inside the bathroom with the prisoner or the toilet. They could pass through a window. And I'm saying that, so go and fix it. You see, when they go to the toilet, you have a window. A police will tell me that. You see, all they talking about sell and they satisfy. When we bring them men and them upstairs in the toilet and they lock inside, they have a window they could pass it. And a man try, and he get caught on the galvanized.
You understand?
So all the old talk, he come talking this cock and bull. You know? And in all that, he address. Make leaders in 24 months. Nothing to do, not he. Because everything in Grenada crime is nothing to do with him. But he failed to speak about all the police are leaving. He don't address it and why they leaving. You know?
Well, he always address things in 2 weeks time, you know. 2 weeks time he does address things in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
He's a fortnight guy.
He's a
fortnight guy.
You know,
but boss, we just have to keep our fingers crossed. As I tell you, but I just continue to pray and let God move this. Can't take more hardship from these men and them. People are crying out.
All right, my
it's a real body, my brother. People are crying out, and it hurts me to see people crying out and they can't get help. And then you have a government who just giving money to the big conies and treating the family good, and they other people good. Look at the big house they buy in Mahande. They buy a big house and just down the ground. So they're treating the family and the leaders good.
As my partner say, one day Congo tea.
We have to do something, Carl. We have to do something. It's time for us to get up and wise up, Grenadian. Wise up. Open all your eyes. And this is not for poor people. They care about themselves.
I've never been.
I know NBC as a government. I voted from way down, 99 somewhere down there. I used to vote for Grace Duncan. That time Grace Duncan, somewhere down she run, right?
Yeah.
I used to vote for Grace Duncan. And every time this government come into power, brother, they have a failure. Something had to fail. There's just like the generator running down in Grenada. Every minute something fails. We have to get this man out. We can't afford to take this kind of thing and not this man again. This man don't care about this country. If they care about this country, they'll say, you know what? Well, let me set up it. What are they doing? They break it all them places and the little boot and things people have to maybe some of them have to support the children. Watch me. Let me tell you something. I was talking to a young lady in St. George's Friday. She was passing with a basket with nut in her hand. She said, young man, you know what passing with that nut? Because my boyfriend was working, they take his job from him, and I had to support my son or my daughter to go to secondary school. She had to buy the books. She said, if I do now, I will be able to buy it when I have to buy it. I said, madam, he's not able to buy it. She said, boss, it's rough for me. I still buy 2 nuts from her. Boss, it's rough. And these people sit down inside there about how Grenada nice. Grenada nice for them. I work in Escal, I work in. But what about the next man who don't have a job? And he's crying out every day to help his family.
They want them women to go and sell their business.
Is that what they want? Is that what they want to do?
They want them to open business.
We have to do something to get his man out. We have to do something.
All right, my friend.
Have a good day, bro.
All right. You know, one of the most despicable thing I've heard the Prime Minister said so far, when he went in that press conference and called out the names and rank of the police officers who were quote-unquote charged or disciplined for what went on in the South. Right? That was the most despicable and dishonest, the word vindictive thing that a prime minister could have ever done. No, I could understand. There are persons who making a reference about, oh, that was done before. I could have understand if in a situation where police officers were charged by the DPP and brought to court, right? And so then that's public knowledge. But in the case of where you have internal investigations and internal disciplinary action,
I will tell you why. You
know, going on within the police force, why the hell the Prime Minister would come out and announce the names and ranks of these police officers? That is despicable.
Let's take the call again.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
Yes,
bro.
Bro.
Why, you know me and you work in that same police station in South St. George?
Yeah.
So when I'm talking about the cell long, do you know I know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this GDB. The borrowing, the minister's borrowing.
That is supermarket, man.
Suppose now, what about if election come now and they lose the election? We lose the money too?
No.
When they lose election the next time, then we go know.
We go know. It's in a statute of limitation.
So they're trying to fix it to make it a commercial bank before they go.
Polish it up. Make it.
That's how they're doing it. They're trying to clean up the mess before they go because they know they're gonna go.
But they know they're in there for long. They're in there for long.
You see, because one of the things that they're trying to make that bank private. So when they're out of office, it's very difficult for government to pry into the bank's affairs just like that. Right? So they're making it difficult, right, to investigate and for things that they have done wrong. They're making it difficult for our next government coming in, right, to investigate them. But if they think they're going to escape the line.
Corruption of something called forensic auditing.
Yes. No statute of limitations on them.
Yeah, so
no way
jump high, jump low.
No way that boy himself could pay back that money.
Yeah.
No way.
Neither the pastor.
Right? So, he better make up his mind. Make up his mind. He making a jail for that money. Thank you.
All right, my friend. Have a wonderful evening. Yeah, so anytime it comes to the question of banks in Grenada, anytime the NDC is in office, one, they love to sell things that's not theirs. But specifically, they like to dispose of the most valuable assets that the government has. I'm wondering why. Is that a government that loves the country? Is that a group of people that quote unquote loves the Grenadian people so much? I mean, that's hard to believe. Let's take the call, Sadit. Good afternoon, my friends.
Good afternoon, boss.
Yes, good afternoon.
Very, very good introduction, man. Master Carl.
Yeah.
Well, boss. I find Igwe silence. Anyhow, good morning again, and good morning to the listeners.
Good afternoon to you.
Real FM.
I'm listening you.
Yes. I want to make mention of somebody call and talk about lawyers and leaders and so on. And they went back to Morris and Gary and so on, Derek Knight, and you mentioned that, it is good to know, to recall that. But I want to say for a fact, despite the revolution did not get as it were, going 100%. But Morris was a man for the poor and working class of this country. Gary was a man for the poor and vulnerable of this country. Morris followed suit. He said to the poor people. He didn't take for himself, and I could say that for a fact. He never take a salary from the state to pocket. He got his meal, he got his transport, and whatsoever else, entertainment allowances. But his salary went back to the economy to develop what you call the bank, the National Commercial Bank. So it was recycling. And I could tell you from the first year inception, with $16,000 to $32,000, I can continue. In 2 years, the bank developed was $90-something thousand for Grenada. I'm not sticking to that. But Nazim was not a prime minister in this country. It was Tillman. He was once a leader. He didn't make it to govern. Tillman, as a lawyer, he didn't have the know-how. He didn't have the strategy. And if you go back again to Ben Jones, George Brizan, and those guys coming on there, they all had the issues among themselves. They cater to the middle and upper class, and not the poor and vulnerable. So there was a difference in rulership within those guys. And now we have the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, who is staying in an apartment that costs the state over $23,000 a month. And a sitting facility, whether it is dilapidated now or not, could be republished and cost the state less money. Now, I am saying that to say, gentlemen, nowhere in history of Grenada, the NDC government is a government that catered to the poor and less fortunate. Look at the now condos, what we call the housing unit that the Chinese gave to us as a gift is now called condos. It was catered for the poor people to help themselves and develop themselves.
But we become equity now.
Exactly. Now you're telling them they have to pay $55,000 for it. Now, a poor person have $55,000. You think they wouldn't want to build their own little structure so that they can feel comfortable, that nobody don't have to knock on the side on the next side of the wall or something, even though they have a little 16 by 16? Come on. You're telling them you have the manager of the housing project or the housing unit saying the apartment will become yours initially as you buy, as you pay for it, if you have the money sitting on there. Come on.
And what
you want to go and borrow money?
You know what is ironic about one of the things the Prime Minister said about this housing unit? In his campaign, he stated that the housing units were handed over to the government and it sit on the ground for a whole year and the government paying security to watch them. Now, NDC came into office
2 years.
And it's almost
2 years and they're paying security. They take it from the poor people and it's still on the ground.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. Does that make any sense?
Well, they don't have the interest of the poor people in their hearts.
They never had.
No, what I am surprised about, tackling one of the issues recently, the Prime Minister, after 24 days after crime was committed in this country, since February, You just come out to make a statement, and you haven't made a statement and say, we as the police and so forth is working strongly to combat. You have not given the people of this country a hope for strength and growth and not for fight. You haven't built their hopes. You have not addressed the issue of the two missing people, Mr. Prime Minister, sir.
You don't even mention the name.
You don't know.
You don't know the name.
Exactly. It's like they non-exist. And you come in and tell us you go train people in 2 years when you demote people who should be governing this country, who has it know-how. I can't blame him too, you know. just like Honorable Tillman, my good friend. They don't have the knowledge how to start and where to start.
You can't blame him.
But it's what's significant, but check who is the security advisor to the Prime Minister. A failed former commissioner of police.
And a failure.
I mean, how you could have a former commissioner of police who has been a failure, right, in this country as a top cop, and you have him as the advisor to the Prime Minister, then all hell break loose?
Okay, caller.
Well, I have one more issue. I'll call back.
Okay.
All right, my friend.
Yeah.
I mean, that is ridiculous.
Let's take a small break.
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, ear to ear. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over, they unleash their lawyer. Set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley. But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need talk close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking and beating. So me are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on the knees. And I'm begging now we entered one week. From the side to the country, streets turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Now this is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff their pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas and down on the knees. And I'm begging. They try to stick me with Rashmi. They have more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. That's why I'm singing. Please, Mrs. Kamla. Take Munila and Sharma. Go now, please. Your slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them man beside.
That song is under arrest. Let's go to the phone lines, Igwe.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
Master Carl.
Voice.
Good afternoon. Igwe, good afternoon. Devon.
Good afternoon, my dear.
What's up?
Not too bad, you know.
Stay tight, hold tight. Hold on. Don't let go at all.
I like Bobot.
Yeah. Jam. Master Carl, earlier on you asked a question. If anybody could call and see if things in Grenada are better now, 2 years after June 23rd, 2022. And as I was just about to call you, I was sidetracked with some information regarding latest development in the country. Anyhow.
Oh, another one gone again?
Anyhow, a young man spoke with me. Before I go there, I should say, we're hearing that some NDC people are balling with their mouth closed.
No, not of them opening it now. I'm not one to the opening it. So we can take it again.
If that wasn't true, it is true now, Master Carl. A young man met me, and he told me that a businesswoman is trying to persuade him not to follow NMP. Well, she knows he's a supporter. And she's telling him, she's trying to persuade him not to support NMP, telling him NMP do good and NMP don't do nothing and whatnot. And she's telling him, you don't see how Prime Minister Deacon is doing good. Listen to the phrase, You don't see how Prime Minister Deacon is doing good. She telling Prime Minister Deacon is doing good. So then she tell him, you don't see how Grenada developing, you don't see things happening in Grenada. But then he tell me, she's telling him that, a businesswoman, She's telling him that. And on the other hand, she's calling her relatives overseas and tell them how hard it is in Grenada. Things tough. For a week, she don't make us $100 in the business. Sometime a day, she don't sell nothing. That's why she's calling her relatives and asking them if they could send a little pittance for her.
Also,
you understand?
You want him?
Trying to persuade the gentleman not to go after enemies.
So you and that gentleman still don't speak?
Pardon me?
You and the gentleman don't speak?
Yeah.
So, if you speak to him, next time you speak to her, she say how the Prime Minister looking good.
She said the Prime Minister is doing good. She's telling that the Prime Minister
I want to ask you to ask him if the Prime Minister doing good like vanish. Just that question I want him to ask.
No, but I gave him the answer. I tell him anytime he confront you on that again to tell you that the Prime Minister is doing good and Grenada is developing. Ask her, within the last 2 years, compare it. How much money she is making, how much money she make within the last 2 years in her business as before compared to when NMP was in power.
Okay.
You understand? I told him, I said, the next time she confronts you, just ask her if she is satisfied with how her business is going now and how it was when NMP was in power. Because she is telling him, don't follow NMP. NMP, that's all she's telling him. But she's calling her relatives and telling them things is hard in Grenada. She's telling them that things is hard in Grenada and asking them to bail her out. You understand? So now I believe more than ever they are bawling with their mouth closed. It's a matter. It's just shame. They shame to come out and say things is hard, and they know things is hard. They know that, but they're just pretending and want to make people believe everything is okay. So when I heard you ask the question, I said, good, I'm going to call Massacre. But I tell you, I was distracted on recent developments, so I had to push it back. So that's it from me for today.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
All right, yeah.
Okay, good.
Chatters on the street, Devon. They see a man in the south of the island named Carlin. The chatters say, come down in the south. Government lands is given away. Just pay the tax on the land. Then you will pay a certain person. No receipt. They don't have receipt like MasterCard. Will be given. No receipt will be given, but it will be surveyed in the person name. That person will go and occupy the land for 5 years and be given title. And another chatter say that money could pay GDB. I only saying what the chatter and them say.
But you know,
So all the question about GDB, and a man asked that question earlier about payback. Let me take the call.
I must ask my friend that question, Philip Alexander.
Hello. Hey, good afternoon, Master.
Good afternoon.
Devon, good afternoon.
Yeah, get to it.
My friend.
Yeah, Devon, I could consider NMP in governance and even out of governance. I could leave NMP party as a progressive party. A party, while in governance, made a lot of progress, a lot of development to the people of Grenada Caribbean Diplomatic. And I will outline some of the development that took place while NMP governance. You have the cricket and the athletic stadium. You have the pipe-borne water and electrifying the rural area. You have the cruise ship bus terminal, the bus terminal, the Ministry complex, the Imani program. That's just some. Well, I have a lot more, but just based on time, I will just cut it short. When you look at the achievement of NMP while in governance, there is no comparison when you look at what NDC do while in governance. And I'm searching to find out what major development that took place whenever NDC in governance. I can't find none. Only thing that I saw when NDC in governance is there more pressure upon all sectors of the people. The Imani workers, the fishermen, the cooks in schools, the hairdressers, the barbers, and the fishermen, the defenders, all of them feeling the weight of NDC in governance. So when you make a call upon the Grenada people, do your math and look and see which is the party governance that bring development and prosperity to you and your family. And the choice is clear. NMP is that party. So come next election, if you want to go forward in life and develop yourself, vote NMP, because this is the party that really concerned about you. So, Mr. Carla, have a good day.
All right, my son.
Chatters on the street say, Devon, I have a friend. Will get a piece, and you have to give that person
a percentage,
$10,000.
Oh.
I tell you, somebody.
I must talk to my good partner. I must talk to my good partner who has a contract right now with the Ministry of Agriculture as some sort of advisor. I mean, because the lands and survey and them kind of things so fall under Ministry of Agriculture, right?
But a man calling a name here chat about afraid, you know.
Don't say it.
The chatter say who collect any money, you know.
You don't have receipt for that?
I have receipt for it.
You have receipt?
Because the chatter tell me he go meet me and I don't say it today.
Okay.
The chatter tell me he come down in town, you give me the information. Who collect any $10,000 collect any money?
So they technically when you get so let's say you go for a loan for 50, you have to pay for it.
They give me video evidence. When I come next time.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Good afternoon. That is receipt.
Yes, good afternoon.
Master Carl.
Hey.
You remember some time ago, either in a meeting or in an interview, the Honorable Ron Redhead said somebody go make a jail?
Yes.
Right, good.
On a radio program.
Yeah, on a radio program?
Yes, in
Karakou station.
I was in Karakou that day too, you know.
Right, you remember he says some people go make a jail?
Yes.
Alright, so let's leave it like that.
He and the MP from Karakou.
They're trying to change the legislation, but they don't know. Corruption is corruption. Yeah.
Just like that. And Massacre, what did I say with corruption and statute?
You don't statute for corruption.
Thank you very much.
And forensic auditing go raise up all this thing on them.
Right. Okay, good. So let's leave it like that. Somebody go make a jail.
You remember when I started the program this morning, 2 days I say it is well with my soul?
Yes,
I wonder if they could say that.
All right, okay. Good. So let's just keep it like that. Somebody go make a deal. And that might be, put that as your motto. Somebody go make a deal.
Somebody go jam Dorothy.
Somebody go jam Dorothy. All right then, okay.
Take care. Wow. It is, no, it's amazing that you know, these things are happening right now. And with that bank issue, well, we are putting the Grenadian people on alert as to what we know. Not we think, you know, we know will happen, will take place.
Here the another chatter say, payment of CBI passport and budget information records will be kept in that bank. I don't know. So the thing is, the whole scene is set up.
Yeah, they plan that.
My good friend Chester Humphrey will call it a syndicate.
Yeah. So they intend to be in power for the next, what, 30, 40 years?
You don't hear they just say 25 years?
25 years.
So they building the syndicate.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But you know what? We on to them.
By Mando's plan.
We on to them.
But the Muslims say, because Ramadan now,
yeah, the month of Ramadan.
The Muslims say Allah is the best plan.
Always. Always the best plan.
Yeah, Devon. So, you see what I'm saying? Go on.
It's a very interesting situation going on in our country that very few people paying attention to. They feeling it, right? They feeling the effects, and so, but they're not saying anything about it. The cost of living in our country, right? And I personally have witnessed it in the last 2 or 3 weeks, right? By going to the supermarket and the shops and so. Every time you go to the shop or the supermarket, the price of the goods you bought the week before, the next week it's gone up.
Yeah, different.
I went in the pharmacy yesterday and I bought it.
That is no joke, you know. I went to the grocery, right, a couple of days ago, and I picked up 5 items, 5 basic items, and it cost me $64.00. 2 rolls of toilet paper, small thing of disinfectant, 10 pounds of sugar. Huh? I mean, think about it. Small things. And it came up to $60-something. Now, I'm wondering, how does the persons who do not have a job, who don't know where the next dollar comes from the next day, how are they coping? The persons who are taking off the list, the seed list, right? Who are taking off the list for benefits, right, from government. I'm wondering, how are they making it? It is a serious situation that is happening in our country. We are silently seeing some Grenadians moving to farming. And that's a serious thing. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah.
Bro.
When election coming, we have to watch that ballot paper very carefully.
Well, we have to do we work.
This ballot paper, we have to watch it very carefully. Otherwise, otherwise, you know what happening? We have to careful with that ballot paper. You hear they start to vote so much years they're making? We have to careful with that ballot paper, you know.
Voter padding.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, my friend.
Have a next one on the WhatsApp.
Yes. Good afternoon. Hello? Okay, we lost.
On the ready for us, yeah.
Yes. We lost that call. So the whole question of cost of living and the way that our persons are living right now, it's concerning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my friend, good afternoon.
What are you doing, sir?
Not too bad.
Yes, may I introduce myself as Lazarus O'Brien?
Laza?
Mr. Laza.
Yes. You're real partner.
You know, see.
Huh? And I've been listening to you every week, habitually.
Well, I thought you didn't making joke with me.
No, but they joke with you. You know, man, not to, when they trying to fuck me up with Santi.
Oh, no, the what? Scout, sanitize yourself and then call back.
Sanitize. Don't do Uncle V that. Don't do Uncle V that. Oh, no.
Lord.
We apologize humbly to
apologize
our
for
listeners
that. Yes.
and so,
Yes,
right, on the various platforms. And so.
God.
Yeah, and I want to continue stressing, as we are at the point, the cost of living. People are hurting in our country, right? With the cost of basic commodities.
Let's take it easy.
And they have no help. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Master Carl Zivre Devon.
Good afternoon, my dear.
And Mr. Andre Donald. Good afternoon, wherever he is. And also to Miss Roland Bain Hospital, Mr. Watts, Patricia, all of them was listening. I just come from the hospital. I just come out from the hospital. All I look so I didn't have a lot of pain still, but I just come from the hospital. And Lazarus, what do Lazarus? Lazarus no idea there and the wall. He can't do that and shaggy program when he call. What does Lazarus come costing bad road? And Lazarus, you know better than that big old man as you man. One to you, you can't do that and shaggy program. You have to call and tell them sorry. The world listening to us, the world. People all over the world listening to that program, you come costing bad road. What's wrong with you? Master Carl, all the boy, I don't sleep last night, boy.
Yeah, boy, how you feeling now?
I feel like, just allow me to give, I want to thank Dr. McLeish. Dr. McLeish is a wonderful doctor. She good care me inside there, boy. What? I couldn't walk. Pain. And Nurse Jacob, wonderful lady. I met some nice nurses there today. Although I went with my medication, I went with what I have, but I get there.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
there are improvements.
That's good.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
And I want to tell people, do good with people. Do good with people. When you meet somebody, because everybody, a man, a taxi man, walking on the airport, he come and drop somebody on the boat, by the boat. And he see me by Scotia Bank clean up there and he just stop and come and raise me and put me in the bus and bring me in the hospital. If I wasn't a good person, that would have never happened. When I reach up in the hospital again and lie down inside the ball then me too get stiff. They hear me mouth outside, they're calling nurse, and I meet a lot of people. I tell them, I know I meet people here. But the people was in sympathy with me, with the condition I was in. Dr. McLeish came out and peeped when she sees me. She attended to about 3 people because she said, well, bring me in. And it was a wonderful job. I feel a lot better.
That's good, Karen.
A lot
Give
better.
God the praise.
Yes, I give him all the praise already. And then, Nurse Jacob arranged for the driver to go with me and get the medication. Get the medication in the pharmacy, right by Porcelain. And you know how much I had to take to get that medication? 3 sets of medication. $145.10. $145. I thank God I had a little change in my hand, a whole lot. I had to take a taxi or whatever. I could have buy some, not all. $145. And they dropped me home and I lie down. Thank God. Grenadians do good with people.
Yeah.
Do good with people because people, a lot of people pass me on the street. A lot of them, and you have something, they stop and pick me up, but they raise me and go with me. You understand? Live good. Anyhow, Everybody have a good evening.
Okay, Sister
I lie
Camille.
down and listen to you.
You take good care
Bye-bye.
of yourself.
I just want people to know. Devon,
Yes, darling.
you will call me when you finish or
Yes.
tomorrow or when?
I will talk to
Then
you.
we chat.
Don't worry
Yes,
yourself.
darling.
We will chat.
Yeah,
You have
bye-bye.
a good time. All right? Take care. Yes, Camille Teresa Scott.
That's the woman.
Serious advocate. Darling, you better take good care of yourself. Don't worry about nothing. All right? Just put everything in the hands of God and He will take care of you. You know, persons will appear and do things for you that you least expect because you are a good person. Very good person. All right? Yes, let's take the call. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon.
I hear you, no. Hear you.
I had to bring up a used door for you. You ain't saying that?
Yeah.
Are you troubling a car? Who don't know, you know?
I had to do her termites in it. You ain't telling us that?
Troubling Grenada car, who don't know? Troubling Grenada car, who don't know nothing? I'm afraid you won't.
But I look at it today, but
you can't help it.
What? Yeah, that's a trouble in this world we live in, you know. What? Master Carl, every shop I go in now, it's like you telling yourself you just can't buy, you know. I take it and make a joke. We laugh in the thing, but it's serious, you know.
Very serious.
I tell you, Friday I sit down by the fish market, I buy a little soup with by the lady there, and I sit down, and another girl come and buy her food next to the fish market thing there. Yeah, a fish market, I am a fella selling the fish. What are you watching me for? Are you hard country and are you the cat? Here the fella, here the human know me. I never vote NDC, so I don't know what you're talking about, you know. The fish man and them want to beg you to buy a piece of fish, you know. When before time they used to, everybody coming and buy fish there. Miss you one fish, they coming outside. Miss you one fish, miss any fish today? When people used to flag them, you know. So you can't buy the fish because you don't have the money and the fish price go up. You check it out? No money. We sit down here and we talking and we build the thing no easy. Too easy, you don't understand. Not, you can't, I don't say that. If I have $1 to go in the shop, what's about who don't have? It's really terrible. And it's like tackling we mouth, you know. You check it out? Man, we have to do as Haiti. That's chopping it and them can't walk. We have to do as Haiti because if we sit down here only talking, now people don't know if we're talking, you know. See what they're doing? They take the policeman and they put under the bus and they nothing else can't walk.
Yeah, vex about that.
Yeah, I don't like that too.
And stand up and face
Junior
it.
ministers to see trouble.
You're stupid. We can't walk today. You can't walk. Things hard. Call it thing hard. Kusume, bad. How you later?
All right, my dear. It's a difficult economic situation we have going on in our country. Prices are skyrocketing. Taxes have been increased. And so on.
Yeah, but how come the prices change like every week? Is that normal?
No price control, and that's that's a direct thing set out by the government because they pay no attention to the business people. No price control. They are giving. Remember in the last budget or the budget before, they gave the business people over $6 million in tax break.
So you have to get it back somehow.
You understand? So you have to come somehow, and then they give them a rein to just jack up prices. Every time a shipment comes, the prices go up.
Devon, listen to me. I was talking to a gentleman.
That's mad, yo.
And we talking agriculture and this government. And he says to me, Master Carl, I understand that this government would never help farmers. I say, why? You see, everything will come through, they put a tax on it. Why help farmers for it not to come?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the password is going up. And actually going up inside the poor people and them.
Everything is up.
Cost of living up. It's way too high. They gotta cut it.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Romain.
Yes, my friend.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr.
MasterCard, Igwe,
Hey.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, and seemingly today the topic is along the agenda of, well, not one topic, but mostly the folks talking about the economy and the money.
Yeah.
But I have a nice one for you today, man.
Tell me.
But before I go into that one, let me talk to Grenadians. Politics is not a tool to use for division. It is a tool that we should use to develop ourselves economically, socially, health-wise, in every fragment of our lives. Politics plays a tremendous part. It's not about division, not about hate, not about partisan, I for this and you for that, and so me and you can be friends. Now, I said all of that to say this. There are some Grenadians, I have a feeling there's a Grenadian or two behind this project that's going on right now. But some smart people are targeting a lot of Grenadians outside of Grenada. I know it's happening in Grenada because I hear Sheldon talk about it. I hear the guy called Shaggy every day warning Grenadians about hackers. I have a few friends up here, but the funny thing is, but they all who crying, who was being victimized by it is NDC supporters. And hear how they're getting hooked. Because somebody sending them a message about a Zoom that is going to be taking place, and it is primarily for bringing out all the wrongs that the NNP was doing, and we have what we have now, and whatever, about Pete Mitchell and all the fraud and whatever. So we having this Zoom. First of all, the person that greet them as, good afternoon, so-and-so, I'm the Prime Minister of Grenada, Deacon Mitchell. Now, upon saying that, the message they get in, and it's a phone call they get on the WhatsApp. On this Zoom, we're going to send you a link. When you get the link and you open it, there'll be a code. Send us back that code. And that guarantee your space in the Zoom. So as soon as the Zoom starts, you won't have to bother to go looking for it. It will just open up and you could take part. So from the time I heard it on Friday, 2-3 times. I heard it yesterday about 2 different occasions. So every time I get in the conversation, from the time they start, I laughing. So what you laughing at, brother? It's a serious thing, I ain't joking. I said, well, no, when? As soon as I send the code back, the phone gone red. Screen just gone red. Phone can't power down. They can't do nothing with the phone. Nothing. Because up since Thursday, up until Thursday, I keep getting WhatsApp messages from folks. This is my new number. This is my new number. So I'm talking to them. Yo, how come you have a number for 25 years? This man have your phone line number for nearly 30 years. All of a sudden you change your line. Then I get the story. Boy, I get this thing. I got a call from Deacon Mitchell. Boy, I send back a code. Boy. Well, when the callers now they have access to their phone. They can't see nothing on their phone. They don't know what's going on. But people are calling. They're calling people, telling them that this person got kidnapped or this person got arrested and I have half the bail money. I need another 500 to put together out.
That's scam.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
is not. Oh, but the thing is, hear how they're catching them. And it's all because hatred and division. So from the minute they're here, we have information that we'll be presenting on Monday morning to inform the whole nation about the wrong NMP and the corruptions of Dr. Pete Mitchell.
They get thick.
Their mouth open like mullet.
Yeah.
So all they're getting is hook. Yeah. So, a lot of them up here fall victim to that scam.
Good for them.
So then I said to them, I say, listen, I always tell you guys, I don't care who party you support or what your political aspirations and your views. It's imperative to listen to all form of radio, all form of news, especially as Grenadians. Listen to everybody on the different radio station. You can't tell me you keep listening to one particular person. So when I said to them, I said, well, on Talking Point Thursday night, the whole program was basically educating people about this scam. So go on YouTube and look at it, and
then contact the host. Me contacting that man. That man is a crook. I say, well, hey, that man can help you get your phone number back, you know. So it's either you want your phone number back or you want to just keep with the narrative of something that you know is a blatant lie, you know. But that's how they get hooked. They get hooked, they get baited, and they get reeled in. And now they're stewing. Now they're stewing. And you know, some of these folks actually send money.
Yeah.
Some of these guys actually send out money to whoever call them.
Despite all the warnings that they get about hackers.
Besides all the warnings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
Besides all the warning, bro.
Anyhow,
fellas, have a good one.
All right, you take care, my friend. One love.
Bless up.
Yes, one love.
Yes. Grenada,
Devon.
what's a beautiful place.
Earlier on in our discussion, you mentioned the fact that the Prime Minister of Grenada, Carrico and Petit Martinique, call out the police and them name.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister is so bright. God, gracious goodness, the bright like a calypso sing. That's why they don't run the country, right? Listen this. When the PM opened the big mouth in the press conference, Devon, he hand the American lawyers all the ammunition they need to hang us.
Yeah. I was about to come to that.
The lawyers just have to play the clip, what he said Grenada is liable.
Exactly.
The press conference was a gift to the plaintiff Igwe. Remember, and he must know that, because he's a corporate lawyer. The civil standard is a balance of probability and not
necessary facts,
beyond reasonable doubt. The American lawyers and them, they have the smiling.
And they're good at that. That's what they best
the boy just give them a gift.
Yeah, knowingly give it to, because you see, he's trying to take away responsibility from himself, right, and his cabinet, and throw it onto the police officers. And so, by volunteering information, he volunteered information.
This guy single-handedly taking advantage of the police,
The police go deal with him, man. Election coming up.
I mean, that is disgusting. And you have members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. They are disgusted with the sort of attitude that their boss is displaying by not taking responsibility for certain things and showing all the responsibility on them. I mean, that is so disgusting. That is not good. You
hear when you talk about the smoking gun?
That's what he delivered
to them. He gave them a smoking gun because he's so bright.
He put onion butt right in trouble.
Like he's the repository of every knowledge.
Onion butt.
He know everything.
You know what onion?
So he just give them the smoking gun.
Big time, you know.
But I want him to find out. Good afternoon, Sumo. I need to find out who collecting funds in the south.
Yes.
And land. Promising people land.
That is, I mean.
And that one so embroidered, you can't make that one go just so.
You know, a couple of weeks ago, I've been constantly talking about TAMCC workers and the payment that was not given to them, right? After the agreement, the big thing and demonstration and everything like that. No, government said that the cabinet decided to write a check and pay them.
Pay who?
The TAMCC workers that they owe. Yes, the government said, that they have this and that, and the cabinet have decided to basically take care of that. No, I am hoping that the TAMCC workers who work so hard have gotten their money right at the end of this month. Let's take the call, Gates. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, my friend. Good afternoon.
Master Carl.
Hey.
Hello, Sir Carl. Carl, I was sick badly, man. I couldn't speak.
You got him hearing from you on our one?
Everybody catching that cold.
That's what. Yeah, boy, I was sick very bad, man. That's why I didn't hear from me for a long time.
Ven and ginger.
Yeah, honey and lemon, boy. That thing is a boss. So, Igwe, how things?
Are they?
Are you an Arsenal supporter?
Yeah, as Arsenal. I like Arsenal.
Yeah, okay then. Okay, you will get that jersey, man.
Who does support? Who does
Well, I
support?
between two, you know.
Who?
I live in between two of them. I live in between Tottenham and Arsenal.
Okay.
I in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm on Tottenham side. So, well, I am an Arsenal man, but I support Tottenham when they're playing to win.
Okay.
I a City guy.
Like City.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't
like Pep.
Okay. Yeah, they win a nice match yesterday. They in the final.
And I see him United beat up Liverpool too.
Yes. Liverpool was going good and they just make two mistakes. You know, the guy give away the ball twice and Liverpool and City United just come and bury them, man. Yes, Carl. So, Carl, boy, I see the police, boy, that Prime Minister making a lot of bloody mischievous and talking a lot of shit.
I know you used to listen to the program I know you used to listen to the program for a long time, and since this Prime Minister came, we said youthful inexperience, youthful arrogance, and lack of institutional knowledge. We say we see that happening in the revolution 4 years, 7 months, and 19 days. We see that happening in Tillman NDC 4 years, 7 months, and 17 days. So the jury's out on this one.
Yes. They're doing a lot of stupidness and they support us and they're making it worse.
The man just give the US a smoking gun on us.
You're right. Yes. Yeah, look at the two couple what missing. The man don't even come out and say, well, listen, this thing happened is not with fault and make a little plea. I mean, talk to the people and them, you know, bring your attitude. The man wait 21 days before he comes and say anything. So, Carl.
Hey, man.
Don't forget to send this thing for me, you know, man.
No. When the program done, give me a call as soon as you done.
Okay, right. Okay then, yes. Okay then, cheers.
All right, blessings. Yes,
right.
Yes, man. Our Prime Minister and Minister of National Security has sunk Grenada deeper, right, into legal woes. Okay, by releasing certain information, right, via the press, and so this investigation, right, as it ought to be, is an internal investigation. Only the police. How come when the whole question of the voice note and alleged mishandling of weapons and so, how come it was an internal investigation that we know nothing about in terms of what is the results? And so, now I could understand if the director of public prosecution decides to charge officers, and so then it becomes public knowledge as to who it was charged and what are the charges. But my God, why? Give me a reason why, Mr. Prime Minister.
Let me give you the reason now. He want to shift blame. So he feels when he come on the radio and he call the police name, he go force the adjudicator to find them guilty. He's bullying, he practicing there, you know.
So you know what will happen?
You have the water in the eye, you know.
And I'm advising here on radio to these officers, make sure you all lawyer up. Lawyer up. Don't let nobody advantage you all and make you take responsibility for things that is above your all pay grade.
Don't let nobody come and tell I plead guilty, they go say a word for all.
At all. No, don't do that. Lawyer up. Yeah. Call a lawyer and ask for advice. Right? Don't go and sit down in no disciplinary thing without proper counsel. It is your right as a police officer to seek counsel whenever you are faced with these challenges. And do that, my God. I urge you to do that. Because what the Prime Minister has done is to shift the responsibility, right, of his administration directly to you. Things that have nothing to do with you.
And I like to give advice. So one bit of advice to the police officers. Whenever the police ordinance is written and you don't have a meaning for a word, in the glossary you have to go to the dictionary. The word permit is to give authorization or consent to someone to do something. So permitting the escape they got to prove while you give authorization.
Yes, they definitely. So
because the commissioner know the man when he climb out through the window and he get caught on the galvanized and he do nothing. So he should be in charge. Let's take the call.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Yes, they want to come back in there. So I just want to ask a question. With the police and them, they go and think the American go to jail this guy?
No. The Americans suing the government of Grenada.
Grenada, we tax money are going to pay.
They're suing here?
Yeah, and Dick and Michael give them all the ammunition they need.
Well, the police and them have to get lawyers, the lawyers and sit down and explain what happened. And let the lawyers speak for them. Give them the advice, what to say, whatever, because they go might try them.
He's a disgusting human being, man.
I really thought, it takes so long to come and say something in the press conference. I thought we would have tell the people, well, he's sorry, what happened, you know? Because white people and think they're listening. The people's family, he could have said sorry for what happened in Grenada here with them, you know, and apologize. Nothing wrong with that. And it makes me hard for Grenadians. Because my friend told me she went to Barbados, my girlfriend from Goa with her daughter, and they send them back. So all of that. And if they see Grenada pop up, they, you know, they don't want what they will do. Like my said, because money, so much money to go to Barbados to go in the embassy. I just feeling bad, you know, because I'm with children out there too.
Yeah.
And a lot of Grenadians out there, they feel bad. And, you know, the NDC supporters, them some of them rejoicing because I'm Shaggy, Devon, your family member, by your father's side people, say that it in St. David's, that they call them, that happening in Grenada long.
That is a different case altogether.
You understand what I'm saying? That lady have children. She would have never liked to know she son disappear and nobody don't say nothing. Because she son making a big money, they know. You have to have sympathy for the... Because the white people are dead. They don't find... They say they're dead and they don't find them. There are people in Grenada here, you know. And they're speaking to Grenadians. They're sitting around us and listening to Grenadians and they speak. These people are the people here investigating, doing their own thing. That's America, you know. FBI, CIA. And they will not leave that alone. Mark my word today.
No,
they will not leave.
No, they don't leave somebody.
Alone. Eh?
They won't leave it alone at all.
No, they won't leave it alone. They will not leave it alone. It's so sad. And it's not too late. It is not too late for him to apologize to the American people. He said when he was speaking at the DPP, go get in touch with the people. What did DPP to get in touch with the people? Eh?
He has no empathy.
I don't understand. The commissioner of police again, he should have speak. I know that man work with us in the terminal. I don't know if he's that kind of person. You know, today you don't say nothing. The man saying you get in touch with him and you didn't get in touch with him. Then he give a different date. He give a different date. I listen. I don't like to watch him on TV, but I did listen to the thing. He give a different date and said when he was in Ghana and what's not.
Lie. He lies so much.
The commissioner give a different date when they say that's what the IN people say and the school children saying on the street. They say he's not speaking to the commissioner. I mean, if they want advice, they have ex-commissioner of police, Mr. Winston James, good afternoon, sir. Mr. Martin, good afternoon. Mr. Clarkson, and they have other police officers that been there that work in that police force to bring it where it was. But now everything gone to dogs. Everything gone to dogs. It's sad. That's not joke. Everything gone to dogs. They're sorry for some of them police. It's sad. It's really sad.
All right,
I just leave they come with a man in the hospital. They have 2 chains on the foot and 2 chains on the hand. They bring him everything.
All right.
You know? All right, good afternoon.
Okay. All right,
well, we have to pay for that.
Yeah.
But poor Grenada again, we in trouble, lad.
We have no choice. But you see, one of the things that is not surprising to me, though, is the attitude of our Prime Minister towards poor people. Now, before he became Prime Minister, look at how many poor people, children that he distressed by representing corporate businesses and so defending these corporate businesses against ordinary Grenadians. So it is no surprising when he comes and becomes Prime Minister, right? He keeps on looking down at the ordinary persons, including the police officers. Including the police officers by throwing them under the bus. The Prime Minister has not shown no form of leadership, right, as the Minister of National Security, the one responsible for security of our country. He has not shown no leadership. He has abdicated himself from responsibility, right, of the security of this country. He is doing it and the Commissioner of Police is doing it. Because the Commissioner reminds us that there are certain things that is above his pay grade. You understand? I mean, come on. What kind of country that we are living in, right? And so on. I mean, what are the examples that we set in? Now he has opened the door to a lawsuit for this country, right? By volunteering information and doing certain things in that press conference. That is so disturbing. And that is our Commander-in-Chief. That is our Commander-in-Chief, you know. The man that does not care a hoots about the ordinary Grenadian people. Okay? If he did care about us, he would not be living in a property for rent, paying more than $20,000 every month. Despicable, Mr. Prime Minister. Let's take the call. Good afternoon and welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, Devon. Good afternoon, Master Kaligwe.
Yes, my friend.
Devon.
You.
When you mentioned the commissioner said that's above his pay grade, don't forget what he said after that. He said above my pay grade and competency.
Oh, yes. Thanks for reminding me.
And competency.
And he's a lead cop.
The man said that in a press conference, and when I hear that, I fall off my bed and I was like, brother, you just said that? Watch me.
Remember he was commissioner of prisons, eh?
Watch. This man, and let me tell you what this guy is doing, eh? They're creating boards, they are putting people in certain places, and they're legalizing it. So what will happen? When a new administration comes in and take over, it will be hard to get rid of these people, and by such doing so, the state can be taken to court. That is what they're doing. So in other words, they're planting their seeds there right now. You hear the thing about 25 years you will be there for, and we will be there for long, and you hear the spokesman saying, watch, support the Mitchell no matter what. Even man doing wrong, support him. If you're doing the right, support him. When you hear these kind of things, brother, it's dangerous. Yeah. It is dangerous. Now you're hearing, oh, the media is embedded NMP. My God. For the last 10 years, is what the NMP didn't do, the media can say right. The chastise NMP all over. You know? I want to know if this thing called, this WASH program, this Batman toilet thing is something new to Grenada. How long NMP been doing that? How long? That's something new? Oh, the commission pilot that program. He that bigger thing Grenada.
He stole that program.
We've been living on that wrong then. I mean, they believe in so much of dark smoke and lies.
But you know, Anthony, you know what is amazing? Most of the NDC supporters, they're trying to make people believe that Grenada's future just began in 2022, you know, when NDC came into office, you know. They are trying to eliminate and eradicate everything that was good done, right, in the previous years.
Watch me. These men are trying to rewrite history on their own, for their own accord.
I
literally fact-checking things that these people are doing in real time. In real time, you're fact-checking things that they're doing wrong. And they still say no. And then people did it. My goodness, all they stopping them, man. Are they coming on poor journalists now? Oh, ban that one, ban this one, but you all want to see my speech. Yeah? 700 around in a station in Karakou. Who will get jail, who will make jails. These are things you all said it, not we. You understand? Who was it, the guy that Dr. Mitchell get angry with when he was in the parliament and he said if he was on the streets, he would have said a certain word. That guy fund the NDC campaign. And we all know who this guy represents when he was saying what? Great, I need a new prime minister. So we know all these things. You understand? But don't come now like people are so nice and all this so like people. I don't like nobody. All they say like on your own self. All they cussing on their own people. Their own people are cussing. I listened to a young lady, vocal junior in NDC time. Well, NDP time, she cussing NDP left and center. Right now, she own people. pushing line with on a program, on a platform, cussing out.
And
Come
bad.
Yap and big and bad.
Bad too.
Come on.
But that's how they operate. That's how they operate.
That
generally.
alone should show you all how these people operate. They don't like their own time. People are heaven getting off. And one moment you hear them say, well, I'm responsible for restructuring the industry. Then they say it's not me, it's all of us together. Get your back together. Watch me.
Antonito, I am a living example of how NDC does treat their own. And I could tell you that, I tell the world that, right? Some of these people in this organization, they're nothing more than a bunch of, I don't know what to call them.
Crews.
Right? Oh my God.
Man, lastly before I go, let me tell you something. You see this diaspora people that they crooning and they want to come back to Grenada and vote. I am asking the NMP administration, Dr. Mitchell and his team, pay attention to that electoral office, because what I see happening there, these men intend to break the law and rig an election. Mark my words. Have a good afternoon.
Well, they will try.
He got too much Grenadians voting.
They will try, because this diaspora hype up and how much 1,000 votes that they intend to bring in. You see, they're giving people the impression that they could do these things and get through with it. And we as an organization will sit down and allow it to happen. We will not allow voter pardon to take place in this country. Right? There are legal ways to deal with them. Right? We as an organization have to be prepared. We have to canvass voters list, know our villages, know who lives there, how long they've been living there, and all these things. So, I mean, we have our work cut out for us. Good afternoon and welcome.
Hey there, man. How going on?
All right, my brother. Not too bad.
Yeah, man. Was good program. Nice program. I love it.
Thanks.
Let us advise the police not to be deterred and hold fast onto the lawyer.
Yep.
Don't do nothing without the lawyer.
Yes, good advice.
Don't listen to these people and them. These people and them, because they own people talking and say how wicked they are. You understand? And they are blaming the top brass. The top brass is responsible for that, because they tell you definitely that the selling is not good. You want to call on the Prime Minister, want to take out shame in the face, to put it on, and they're throwing the police under the bus.
Yep.
These are sort of wicked people, as Senator just say. But I will tell NDC, if they want to do that, what they want to do the regular next election, joke they make it. Because the Grenadian people will never stand by to see that happen. They have to go. They have to go. They're wasting time. They have to go. They have Grenadians suffering right now. The Grenadian people are fed up with the NDC. Mr. Deacon Mitchell don't realize how hate the Grenadian people hate him right now, because he's not doing things in the correct way. Everybody is all little soccer, all little children talking about how worthless the man is. You understand? I'm talking about the WASH program. NNP had done this bathroom mentality millions of times before he robbed this program. They robbed this program and saying that was a thing of the previous of the Prime Minister. What? Mr. Man, behave yourself with that. All this bathroom mentality NNP, all these poor people in NNP. People, you have to realize NNP is a person that love poor people. They don't make ill treat poor people. They love poor people.
We are an institution.
I don't decide you're listening to all your man. Take
all right, my friend. Yeah. You know, I want to make an appeal to our men in uniform, police officers, men and women in uniform. Do not be deterred. Continue to perform your duties with professionalism. We know you have that level of professionalism within you. Continue to do your job. Right? Yes, you may make mistakes as you go along and everything like that. You will be criticized and so, but be steadfast, right? Continue to have this country in the safe hands that it is in as security personnel, right? And don't let the politicians continue to drag you under the bus. Continue to be professionals. And to those 4 officers, right, who were swiped and kicked and bruised all over, lawyer up, and take them on. Be professional and take them on. Don't be afraid. The Grenadian people is behind you. Your families are behind you.
It's a simple man, Gates. And I speak simple things. those senior officers who the police believe to be National Democratic Congress operatives, don't let them try all your matter. Refuse them.
Yep. Object to them.
Or like Jacob brother and others, tell them I don't want them to do all your matter.
Yep. That's your right.
Because they're trying to rush the matter.
They go rig it.
To please the Prime Minister.
Because, yes, they're trying to rush the matter.
See?
And whilst we are at it, the police ask me to say, if the National Security Advisor on his travels towards the western side, if he doesn't visit Victoria Police Station to see the condition
of Victoria Police
If he only go out police station, he like to go to all the police say.
Yeah.
Victoria Police Station need to close
I
down.
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been there. It need to close.
So the police
it's bad,
ought to call for independent
need to close down.
tribunal.
You know what is disturbing?
And don't let them rush the matter.
You know what is disturbing about this whole police officers and the buildings? No. During the campaign, NDC talk about what is going on with the police. They in dilapidated condition, they this, they that. No. It's been 21 months now. You have been in office. If you're so concerned of security being a priority, which it should be, right? How come after 21 months you have not done nothing to upgrade the standard of living and facilities for our police officers? How come, Mr. Prime Minister, you as Minister of National Security, and you want to blame the police for all these things? You met it there, as you claim. 22 months now and 21 months and you can't do a thing?
No.
Come on.
Like I say, I'm a simple guy. The police officers have to go to the Welfare Association because you advise them about lawyers is money. The Welfare Association is supposed to look after its members.
Supposed to?
Yeah, the police benefit fund. So the four guys should know about the police benefit fund. And they are contributors to the benefit fund.
Yes.
That is a place you could find money. How the guys say, oh, you got to find money?
Yes, that is a place.
That is a place.
Don't send those in.
Go and find monies to pay the laws. The police benefit fund. Just take it.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Yeah, good day. That young man, what did he make good? Put him on hold. A police officer from Granville. Kutin. Do you know he win the case? Yeah, he win the case. Sometime this week day. So
All power to him.
I don't know how they go end up. We win the case.
Yeah. You know, I continue to see it as strategy by this government to demoralize our police officers.
So, don't let the staff officer stop you from doing your work.
At all.
Police welfare.
Okay,
to
my
whom
friend.
much is given, much is required. They give you the chairwomanship or chairpersonship of the Welfare Association. That is a case we want to see. The police say they want to see what VA gonna do. If she will let the staff officer make her not to do she function.
Yeah, and railroad her.
A lot of things coming to fruition in that incident, you know.
Yeah.
We go see.
A lot of things going to expose and police officers start being on your P's and Q's.
Not P's and Q's, the police and what they have to do. Yeah. Next election, they know where to vote.
Yeah.
They know what time it is.
And start taking much more records and notes, right, of what's going around you, because you don't know when that hammer will slam on you. You don't know, because they're looking for persons, because of the incompetence, they are looking for persons to make scapegoat. Right?
And when I talk about welfare, you see, I tell them our receipts. When I talk about welfare and the police benefit fund, calculate and know what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, he was right there.
They can ask, if I got stung near to Mona, they can ask me out visa. The police need to go to VA and the Welfare Association and tell them we need assistance and the police benefit fund.
That done.
It's available because you're contributing to the fund. And if they don't want to give you sick leave and take them to court, file an injunction.
Yes.
Yes. All your life and credibility and everything depends on that. Don't take this thing like a joke because they're out for blood.
And the future of the
out
police.
for all you.
Trust me.
That will be a watershed case in the annals of the RGPF. And all you could call me. Everybody know how to find me. Find me.
Yes. Good afternoon and welcome.
Yes, good afternoon to you, gentlemen.
Yes, good afternoon, my friend.
Carl Kitten, Saj.
Yay.
What's going on with you, bro?
Me dear you.
Listen. To be honest with you, I listened to the press conference. I listened to the thing, right? And our dear Prime Minister talking about success plan. We had no success plan at all for the police force.
You should shame.
But let me ask the question here to the Minister of National Security. What has they done to Edwin Mackin, our success commissioner? What have they done with our Pierre, Mr. Pierre? We're looking at succession plan, right? You see, we don't only want to look at it from the theoretical standpoint. We want to look at it at the practical aspect too. These men were men, boots on the ground, police officers. They would say we call back Mr. James as the commissioner of police. But guess what? Who was his replacement? As a bona fide commissioner of police. Not acting, but bona fide. What has they done with Mr. Redhead? Right? Superintendent ASP Bascom. I'm talking about young men, men that could lead.
Nelson.
Men that hold divisions in this country where the police is concerned. Okay? Mr. Roberts, Coast Guard. These men, these were our success guys, in the work. Portia, Miss Gittins. Just name all the guys like Cummins and all of these guys. What have they done with them? The drug squad, the special branches. What have they done? They sideline them, give them the political stick, beat them with the political stick, and send them climbing the fence, run them. Right? So now it's alleged that when the promotion list came out, who are the ones on the promotion list? And when them guys take a turn in themselves, like they prepare to give them a lawsuit, what did they do? The midnight calling, Sergeant, the midnight calling, the information came. Dress and get ready for tomorrow promotion. So our national security minister and the team, his advisor and all of them, they have to listen. They would hold the shitty under the stick. Excuse my language. And what is coming for us now with that lawsuit, right? It's well orchestrated. That had to happen. And in the conference, you see what they did? They gave them all the information they needed.
But Colonel, let me say this to you.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister sounds so foolish.
Yes.
The man on his right in the press conference and the man on his left in the press conference attain that position by what he say he don't have him.
Exactly.
If in our succession plan, Varney Cohen and Dan Mackenzie would not be sitting beside him.
Exactly.
They attain their position because of the succession plan for the force. What he did is to come and play politics with the plan.
The king's
son. So when he say he don't have one, technically it's true because he mashed up what was there.
Exactly. And
so
if you know,
when he come in and talk about his success plan, just watch him and say, Well, he's a real mischief guy. I know someone so stupid.
Listen, if you notice, I mean, that's just some of the name I could remember. Eh?
No, you have a lot of names you could call.
Well, we have a woman in headquarters. That woman is such a wonderful hard worker, Miss Pack. That lady too is one of our success plan lead.
No, but when the election come and the takeover or food judge, when they take over the demote, they put her down by. She's senior in people who making decisions for her, all kind of stupidness, all kind of battle, pale fire, get up like the judgment, all kind of thing. What rank she holds? Yeah.
I really sorry for Vanny Cohen and those guys. Mr. Pierre, watch
But the irony of the situation, caller.
Yes.
Vanny Cohen and Don McKenzie was in NDC convention in McDonald College dressed in civilian clothing.
You sure about that?
What else do you? I want them to challenge me on that.
In fact, you have the receipt. You pay.
And the irony, two of them sit down on either side of the Prime Minister when the Prime Minister is talking this set of nonsense. And none of them will say, well, sir, I'm here because of succession planning. Because of between me and you, in the whole wider, in the public service, the police is the only organization that have a succession planning. Because I could move from constable to commissioner. That's succession planning.
That is true. It takes you a long time to become a PS. You know, and
you get PS based on friend and affiliation.
Anyway, gentlemen, keep on keeping on, man.
So I will talk to the police again there, man. The police welfare, the police fund, and the police welfare fund. The welfare fund have a lot of money because there was a time, and they could go actually in Fort Cummings and them. You had some loans with a particular bank after Ivan to fix house. And the person get loan, and if this loan finish paying also, you have a lot of money.
A lot of money there.
And a chatter on the street, the commissioner trying to block it. But listen to the 4 officers. A police may make representation to the Governor General through petition. That in the ordinance. So if I feel the commissioner blocking all you, there are ways and means
to do it.
Go write the Governor General and get some signature by petition. And then take him to court if he want to block all your money. Yes. Because all you, they deducting money from all your money every month to go in the fund. He's ex officio, but he cannot stop all from getting all your money.
No, he can't.
Because the Welfare Association have a loan scheme. So Dan, if you're doing that, stop that stupidness, Dan.
And you know
them fellas don't like you because they just give you 1 year. They retire you as a deputy commissioner, they didn't have the balls to retire as a commissioner. So why you still doing the biddings? I didn't know you was a guy who was easily led because all you talking about the national security advisor or constitutional, so you don't think him, but you're trying to block the police from defending themselves with whatsoever available means. The welfare fund is for welfare. The police benefit fund. But so the police, I tell her to check me, I go advise her. The police may, if they don't convert everything, they could speak to the Governor General through petition. Let me take the call.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, my friend.
Listen, I am calling again. We need the name of the people, integrity in public life. We need the name and the addresses. Because see this thing with this Grenada Development Bank, when these guys then get out there, get out of office, these would say they have nothing to do with it too. So we have to hold them accountable from now. Now. We can't wait for later. Now.
Yeah, that's why we expose them now.
Right. Because we had a Hopeville during the revolution.
Yes.
The land that they buy to build this teaching hospital, we're going to fence it and put all of them in there. All of them. Have a good.
All right, my friend.
The fact that Don McKenzie sat in the press conference and listen the utterances of Deacon Mitchell makes him impartial.
Yeah.
Don has to now recuse himself in every way, shape, or form from that case.
Yeah.
So even if the adjudicator recommend anything to Don Mackenzie, can take part because he already prejudiced. I give the police I'm grounds.
You have to.
Anything Don do in that matter now, it's prejudice. Yeah. He and Vanny Cohen. They can never be part of that matter now.
Only and but.
Because they prejudice the matter already.
Mm-hmm. And I'm yes. Let's take the call. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah, I just want to mention two things briefly. Gentlemen, we talk about the commercial. They want to commercialize the GDB. You know, it wouldn't happen just initially, instantly, just like that. There is a lot of protocols that have to take place before you could commercialize GDB. And the government of Grenada is a main contributor, subsidiary contributor to the development of GDB. When it falls short of finances, they have to put in money to keep it functioning. That's one of the issues. And if you're going to if you're going to put in that as per se, and you have, and I understood, is allegedly said that besides the 2 or 3 that has borrowed already, Mr. Lacrette and Mr. Andy, large sums of money. I understand there is 2 more or 3 more that has initially get.
Well, if you listen to the program, you know what's going on. You don't have to say that now. The program
All
clearly
right.
asks a question about if certain people could sit in it.
Right. So,
but don't forget the small matter that this government has 2/3 majority. Don't forget that. Never forget that matter.
That's correct.
In all what you say or do, just remember the men have 2/3 majority.
You could do what you want.
Yes.
And the Constitution speaks a lot about 2/3.
Yeah, right. So they could manage to do it, but he has to work in conjunction with the banking system of not only this country, international banking system.
Yeah, the men don't have no respect for that. You forgetting who you're dealing with?
Okay. All right. Now I want to address that other issue briefly, the police issue. Now they're talking about protocol was not followed. Protocol was not this and protocol was not that. But if proper protocol had been followed or instructions from the higher authority has been given, the escapee in Grenville and the 3 escapee in South St. George would have never happened. So you want to wash some undercop or underprivileged persons under the bus? Mr. Commissioner and Mr. Chief Vanny Cohen, point your fingers at yourself and say, our protocol has not been followed. We have not instructed our police properly when it comes to crime-related activities.
Caller.
When transporting people and arresting people, you have to point yourself. You have to point your finger yourself. Don't give the lower echelon of the police force bad name to wash your face and the commissioner's face. Don't do it, please. Go ahead.
Carl, just if you go, I'm a simple-minded guy. You is a man who know the Bible, this book of scriptures. When Saul went to the woman in Endor, not only Saul alone thing happened to you.
That's true.
So all the money and what coulda, woulda, shoulda has to happen. Because you see, I'll give you the king, you know. But with the king, I'll give you a lot of other things. When they call along Maurice Bishop, a man who never pray, he never like God. The only time they say he call God name when they killing him.
Never see the offer.
How you could call along a man so and expect good thing could happen? So I don't worry, I know that thing and then go happen. They say when you see these things and them happen, lift up your head. redemption joy at night.
Well,
So I don't beat him up and lose sleep.
I am praying for the nation.
But
And I'm going to continue to pray.
but
for
he has certain things that have to happen before that prayer.
Exactly.
Man have to turn away from the wickedness. So if the man continue to do what they're doing, you pray to making sense.
That's true. That's true.
You're wasting energy.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
caller.
Okay, thank you.
Devon, the commissioner of police ought not to be aware or see evidence in internal matters.
No.
Or know of evidence in internal matters. What was read out by the Prime Minister in the hearing of the commissioner compromised the whole matter.
No evidence given by the Prime Minister. Somebody who was not there.
So, officers on the first instance they call for judicial review.
Yes.
Again, free advice. You know, I didn't pass the bar, but I know a little bit. Call for judicial review because this thing is utter nonsense. Because they're setting up the thing to hang all you.
We call it an example.
So the commissioner sit down there and he didn't even have the sense. But he say about the competency and thing already. So he really mean that. He don't have the sense to say, boss, you compromising me by saying what you're saying there. He could have coughed or something like the boss watching.
Yeah, watch him and
say, boss, what
try.
you're doing is compromising me. No, I can't deal with that matter at all.
Well, you don't care.
Even though the adjudicator find them, they can't bring it before me. We can compromise by knowing the facts of the case, which I should know.
So you don't care.
And Vani, I just wonder about Vani. Vani is the one that should know. Because he was a prosecutor.
Exactly. I experienced prosecutor too.
So Vani, you're setting up Mackenzie to fail her.
But you know what is interesting on that press conference? Look who was on the right and who was on the left. I mean, that's that kind of protocol. The man basically you're looking to, that you might have more confidence in, always on your right, you know. You always like to look over your right shoulder. You understand? Vanny was the man right there. Mackenzie, they have no confidence in you.
And listen the whole thing, and I keep saying that, and they want to speak. Them fellas them just vindicated me. I say, the king's son, the deputy commissioner, is out of place. He don't know what to do. He is the one that should be doing all that. The first time the commissioner should ever hear about that matter is when the people have come before him for orders.
Exactly.
Will I take the call?
When the investigation has gone. Good afternoon.
We lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, because the commissioner should be the last line, the last person to have everything in front of him after all the investigation and everything.
Missteps in that thing. And based on the police officer and constitutional rights, so much breaches, that matter is constitutionally unsafe to continue.
Everything about this thing stinks. It smell bad. You understand? Somebody are looking to choke.
How did the evidence from the case file end up in the hands of the Prime Minister? That question to ask. How the Prime Minister get it? And who gave him? Like I talk about it already, since the other day I say his submission in eliminate ought to be made. This thing is so safe, unsafe to continue constitutionally. Them constitutional rights has been violated. Let's take the call.
Good afternoon.
Gone again. Them callers are waiting long here. Call back.
So the commissioner know about the evidence. Stratters on the street say he don't want them fellas and get money from welfare. You're doing all kind of things like you're a lapdog. You're doing the biddings.
See, and these things are not surprising to me.
Yes, let's go.
Good afternoon.
Devon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my friend.
How are you?
I'm good. And how are you doing?
Oh, not bad.
All right, that's nice.
Master Carl.
Hey!
How are you, boyfriend?
Me day are you?
Right. Listen, man, I've been listening.
No, before you go. You remember me and you used to drink coke in South St. George Police Station?
I wanted to bring that to your attention.
So you know anytime we talk about South St. George Police Station and the cells, Because we know. So when we listen to them talk stupidness on press conference, we know they're lying.
You know the cells was near to my office, not too far from my office.
Don't worry, if August tongue near to Mona, how they could tell us about visa?
Listen, I want to ask you a question. I've been hearing this talk all the time. What did they charge this charge? Is it disciplinary or criminal?
Disciplinary, but they're all about the place.
Well, yes, well, listen to me. If you're charging somebody disciplinary, the officer's disciplinary, that should be done within the force.
Internally.
Exactly. You can. I don't see how the Prime Minister coming to that and reading it out on press conferences. This is not a criminal matter, and if it is a criminal matter, that should be done within the police and the DPP office.
Yes.
And then they call out and they say XYZ. He shouldn't be there in that period. He should, yes, they could advise him, this is going on, and let him know what's happening. But he shouldn't be discussing that on the radio. So as a matter of fact, he is the Commissioner of Police likewise. So he has two jobs.
He have information from case file. I don't know how that happened. He have information from investigation. And the thing about the guy that say he don't want nothing to do with that.
No, exactly.
So why you want information from the investigator?
Find out. Because this is not right.
By the men have so much grounds in that matter to get it squashed. And let me tell you another thing they're doing. If the commissioner think he could block them from getting assistance, let him know. I know. The police benefit fund is for the benefit of police. I know we use that monies to help save people's life by going on medical in Trinidad and others in the tune of nearly millions of dollars. So we're not talking thing. Our receipt, Igwe, I don't come here and say things our receipt for. So this advice that I'm giving the police, I don't just talking bluster.
Carl,
Hey.
Wasn't you part of the Welfare Association?
Well, I was the chairman for a long time.
Exactly.
Undefeated.
That's what you do.
Undefeated.
No, I mean, this is total nonsense, man. Listen, I made my contribution. Let me listen to you for the rest of the evening.
All right,
so Devon.
They run the department, man. Yeah?
See there.
Devon, the police benefit fund is to benefit police.
Yeah, all police.
You had some men when they're almost to death. And watch, we still had people fighting it. The then deputy of commissioner, when he telling me how to get money to help men, he telling us when time pass, they go ask. The same mentality there. So the commissioner of police, now cannot block it. Because the man couldn't write to the Governor General through petition to cause him to free it up. And then he gonna prejudice himself in the matter now. He taking side, he giving away evidence of investigation, he sitting down and listen the facts of the case, and the case might have to reach to him. So you might what I call it kangaroo court and Magna Carta. I know what I'm saying.
They are just demoralizing the police force.
They're messing it up, man.
They're setting the tone, the stage. And then they have their goons on social media and radio and platforms.
What the irony of it? They say Jimmy Bristol representing the deceased people or people who they believe to be died.
Set up again.
And when they ask him, he say he can't disclose information. But the Prime Minister of Grenada, Kariko and Piti Matnik, they blah him out. And the commissioner sit down, the commissioner, I don't know the matter go reach to you ultimately. How you go deal with it when you're prejudiced already? When you already know the facts of the case which you shouldn't know. And if you're blocking and trying to tell them don't give them money in the welfare, they have to take you to court, file an injunction against you. You can't stop that. Then people are contributing to the welfare fund and to the police benefit fund. Their monies are there. And they're entitled to use it if they need to. You prejudice the matter already, like you find them guilty already, you don't want to get them help. Oh, you could do that. And every man is clothed with the presumption of innocence unless unclothed. And justice must not only be done Devon, people have to believe that justice is done. But the man is surprised most is Vanny Cohen. Because Vanny, you know. Because the commissioner says since in the press conference, he don't know. Because he say above his pay grade and competence. So he tell the nation what anything will happen here, I don't know. But Vanny, you know. And you let that happen, Vanny, you should not be there. He's the ACP in charge of crime. So if I don't know, the Prime Minister would have been talking that thing on them. All they had to recuse all themselves from the press conference.
That was the most appropriate thing to do.
Yep.
I should have sent the King's son.
Yeah, the King's son should
and
have
the one
been
by
there.
the pastel.
Yeah.
Break up phone on them.
Break up phone on
Mash
them.
up phone on them. Them I should have sent.
I mean, we could have a laugh or a smile at this thing, but this is a serious matter
Yes,
that our Minister of National Security is putting us in. He is throwing us down a road that is not familiar to us.
The force chatters on the street. Here the thing go. Chatters on the street. You know, who maybe just lie down on a two little police woman and thing. They say, watch. The force presenter has no clue as to what's happening. It is believed, there's information to suggest, that the staff officer is the one drafting the charges.
Who is the staff officer?
I find out.
Yeah, he said, I find out. That means he get it.
You find out.
Yeah.
I find out? Or
yes,
you
that's for you to find out.
Okay, all right.
This is a disgrace.
What is it, Devon? The what?
Ask what is the force presenter experience in dealing with such profile matters. The whole system is a mockery. You understand what's going on, Devon? I didn't want to say a lot on them, you know,
but it has to be said.
The spirit speak.
It has to be said. You have receipt for it, you know, Master God.
Speak.
And it's important to sensitize the general public out there as to what is going on. We must not allow the police officers to just stand and fend for themselves. Right? Because we as a people, right? We as a people.
I don't call any name any para.
We as a people over the
just find out who this police staff officer will know. They supposed to go home in January next year.
ASP, Lester and Parks.
That's what it should be.
The way it should be?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's online.
You see?
That's what they are online.
That's why it should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever call.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Igwe. Stickalizer.
Stickalizer?
Oh! You finally make it.
Yes.
You finally make it. What I want?
Well, I good man. I just
like cook food. I hope you don't good like vanish.
Vanish only good for one thing.
I tell you.
All right.
I just did listening you, Jed. And what? You come like this. You know, in the revolution, he had the CP. Man, you is the greatest teacher. I learned so much this evening about. And I will always say to you, Carl Keaton, you is an educator. I tell you. And I have a word to say.
Tell me.
In the revolution, we had a word. You saying the man over will never over.
No, I can't over.
So I will talk to you in time.
All right, bro.
You remember that phrase, boy?
Yeah, man.
But that's right.
You going know about them in dating Radisson Hotel?
Well, they say you have a thing making it wrong, but I doesn't.
You don't sure.
I don't like to speak when I don't have carriage or anything.
It's confirmed, but we just don't get information sketchy.
Receipt.
Yeah, because before I came on, I did confirm it, but I couldn't get. So I don't want to talk about it when you can't share much.
Mm-hmm.
They say the force adjudicator and the force presenter when they go in to deal with matters they riding together. So you know the conspiracy. So that guy and them don't stand a chance if they don't make moves.
No, they don't stand a chance, man. The people behind them and they would have legal advice shielding them. Because we have been giving them whole program. We set out to ensure that these officers are being protected. And mind you, one of the things that the Prime Minister said in the press conference, these 4 officers has been charged so far. So that means you have more, and they're looking to go to the person who was in charge.
But here what going
overall. So far, You have more charges to come.
What?
Higher rank.
They're trying to go after one they call Sheldon Thomas too.
Public Service Commission.
But they don't want to go after the commissioner.
No.
And the first presenter and one of the adjudicators, they tight like a capo bombs, you know. And them people when they could say that presenter didn't good in court. So you know it's kangaroo business, kangaroo court thing are going on here. They wonder how I know what tell them watch. I know a lot of things I shouldn't know. But I know.
It's amazing to see the situation, the state of our police
So let me break down another thing again for you, Devon. We in the studio here. But then there are the toilet, the kitchen, how you call it, Claire Dusby? The office.
The office, yeah.
The next place where the tools is.
That is the production room.
And then all the people are there.
The front desk.
So they're not Real FM?
Yeah, they're Real FM.
So if somebody sit down, they know they inside Real FM?
Yeah, once across the
so they see he was in the corridor, he didn't see it.
Well, you didn't there?
You are stupid, so? You there, man?
Oh, God. Carlo is here.
He did in the corridor, but he didn't in the cell.
Yeah.
Well, like the police station.
But the commissioner know. And the prime minister say it, you know. They just have to bring men upstairs, you know. And he know you have a window, a man try to go in and get one and escort him, you know. But he telling the nation he's satisfied, you know.
Yeah, he said he was satisfied.
You satisfied knowing you have to bring prisoners to use the same place with police and they could go through the window? And you don't go in before Public Service Commission?
But just the mere
fact, wrong?
Just the mere fact officers using the same washroom as prisoners, that's unacceptable. And they had 21 months to fix it. No excuse. All the money you're taking and rent place for almost $1,000 a month and having how much gala and spending almost $20-something million for independence and everything like that. Fix the police stations. Right? It's our first line of defense for this country. And you are the senior officer, Mr. Prime Minister. So no excuse in trying to push the junior officers under the bus. Despicable. You are disgrace.
That don't nice.
Yes.
That don't nice.
Good afternoon.
Devon?
Yes, my dear.
Upon the buy a second hand door, then be better than the first one.
Boy, I hear you are termite in it.
You have to let them buy a second hand door.
But hear what chatters on the street say. They remove it from one other building and bring it to your building.
Yes. They take
so
it
it's
out
not
in
on
one
you
building.
You call it transfer malice.
And they tell the media coming on them, you know. They friend the media come on them. So they bring a second hand one. They can buy a door, you know.
Oh my God.
A door they can buy. When you see that, you should know.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just wicked.
That's wicked, man.
They're wicked. I tell you already.
It's wicked.
It's wicked. You need to go.
Go.
Go. Man, you have it because I go say wrong thing.
I don't want you to say wrong thing.
You might give us a scout.
I don't want you to give me a scout.
You know, I was listening
So
before.
since the Prime Minister was reading all the evidence, how come he didn't read the recommendation made by the man that investigate to recommend to fix the cell? If he give full disclosure, read everything there, man. You read all the evidence against them, man. You have to read out the recommendation made by the person who investigate to rectify the cell also. See that he know about cell and corridor. So you have an idea. You know about cell and corridor and gate and rat iron. But how come you didn't read the recommendations made by the you only read the recommendation from one set of investigators who investigate to charge. And we know who writing the charge on it. But you don't read all the recommendation made by the man who investigated when somebody escaped from the same place. You don't read all the recommendation to the nation. Why are you doing that, Mr. Prime Minister? If you're reading, read. You could read. He's a good reader.
What is the latest on the investigation of is ACP Cohen concerning the voice note and other matters?
That one dead and buried. Like by judge him dead and buried.
I know there was an ongoing investigation and so on and everything. But yet for all they prosecuting the junior officers for things that was beyond their control.
Yeah, young officers.
You see? And so and then he bring us back to the campaign, right? when they had all the answers, they had all the information about what is going on inside of the police stations. How come you in charge now and you're doing as if you're dummy, don't know? You have no idea as to what's going on in the Victoria police station. You have no idea what's going on in Grenville police station and everything like that.
So I want to see
Victoria police station
when the present prime minister and them say contract is illegal, and to see if the staff officer will get contract in January. Let me watch and see. Yeah, let me take it.
Good afternoon.
Devon.
Yes, my dear.
Master Carl.
Hey.
Here my thing on that issue. The prime minister said when he talk about guns coming into the country and crime and thing, he said that has nothing to do with him. Said that has nothing to do with him. Crimes, gun, whatever it is, that has nothing to do with he as Minister of National Security. In the press conference, we heard the commissioner say that is above his pay grade and his competency. Have you thought about it? That the commissioner is saying, well, that has nothing to do with me. It is above me pay grade. That is the Minister of National Security responsibility.
Talk
Have
to
you looked
my
at it in
boss.
that way?
Yep. Talk to his boss, and his boss is the prime minister.
The commissioner is actually saying that has nothing to do with me.
So
If the prime minister could say, guns coming into the country, we have a pandemic in the Caribbean as it relates to crime and thing, and that has nothing to do with him. The commissioner is saying, what happening in Grenada now has nothing to do with me.
So,
it is above my grade.
So who heading security in our country?
Who is the Minister of National Security?
Well, I cannot understand that, because if it has nothing to do with the Prime Minister in one instance, Minister of National Security, and the Commissioner in the other instance.
So I would not think the Commissioner and that one. The Commissioner is actually feeding the Prime Minister with his words. The Commissioner actually give back the Prime Minister his words, you know.
We in real trouble, yes.
You understand? And then the Prime Minister come talking a set of what we will say cock and bull, SHIT. I can understand. Because you first say as Minister of National Security, first person responsibility, and you saying that has nothing to do with you. Well, if that has nothing to do with me, then he has nothing to do with me. It's as simple as that, and that is how I looking at it.
The Prime Minister is one of the biggest liars I've ever seen.
As it is said, the Prime Minister will have to sack the Minister of National Security, or the Minister of National Security have to sack the Prime Minister, one of the other. Something must happen.
Yeah, well,
something has to be done.
So what? Hear that caller in the first press conference. If you remember, the commissioner spoke about some force investigation which he wasn't satisfied with, and he had to order a second one. Was it on the advice of the Prime Minister?
Well, as far as maybe the commissioner is not even aware of what he said for himself. Apparently, the commissioner wasn't aware of what he said for himself, because as far as the commissioner is concerned, this is out of my hand. So
you see now,
he said one thing in the first press conference, and in the next press conference, he come and contradict himself. As to be, he don't know what he's about.
A lot of things just add up. So you see, when I speak about the sash demand the win in Independence Commander-in-Chief. So he's the chief. So he decided, because he could really not evidence of a matter what don't even call it on national TV, something not wrong.
Well, the man, that is his pay grade. That's his pay grade. That's his pay grade. He read out matter. He reading out what the commissioner don't read in, what the commissioner can't read. So that is his pay grade. So that's what I'm telling you. We cannot fault the commissioner for saying that is above his pay grade and his competency.
It's true.
I'm blaming the commissioner too. You know why? Because they sit down there like dummy don't know. Only and Butty and they know what's going on, but they don't have the guts and the cojones to talk to the Prime Minister.
Never, nobody wants to accept responsibility. Nobody wants to accept responsibility. If that be the case, then the Grenadians now have to accept responsibility of what is taking place
and rid them
our
out.
country.
Let me tell you, Carla, before you go, let me tell you something. we just have to listen to the Prime Minister and understand him. When he was in Parliament, and he talked about hungry mouth and beggy, he was not only the parliamentarian he talking about him.
No.
He talking about even these fellas that might sit down on the left and right of him. Because what they do during the election time, and the things they going to tell him, he sure on them now. Because he know they beggy and they hungry mouth.
Massacre.
And what are you feeding them? He don't confirm one.
That statement, that man made that statement in Parliament, and we take it, some of us take it and we try to push it against other people and things. But the man was actually speaking to his cabinet ministers, his colleagues.
No, the man have a mentality that he could buy everybody. Remember, don't forget,
That's what he did. He could buy everybody because buy them.
The first thing Glenn Noel said, the man has deep pockets. Don't forget that. Never forget that. Glenn Noel saying consider any guy. They consider the man had deep pockets. So when he talk about buy you, he was not only referring to the ministers there. Because if he could go around and buy everybody. So that too, what they did for him. Remember, as he became Prime Minister, he repealed the adjunct legislation to free up Dan Mackenzie.
The man know who he was buying. The man know who he had
The next week, they make him the deputy commissioner without acting. They confirm him to the position. The next couple months, they make him acting commissioner. So he know who he could buy. He know who hungry mouth. He know who beggy. So when these things are happening, and with all that happening with that matter.
He know who begging for position.
Yes.
So if you're begging for position, okay, I'm going to buy you. And later on I'm going to expose you and let you know that you could be bought.
Yes.
And that's what he did.
He do run with that, you know.
You see it backfire?
Run
it's only a matter of time.
Alright, caller.
Alright then, okay.
Yeah.
So I need to ask, we almost there, but I need to ask some people some questions before you go there, man. The police officers, I go start with them. Because he made the police a topic in thing. Are you better now than under the last administration? The farmers, are you better now? The market vendors, are you better now? The street vendors, well, they breaking down all the things. So the answer, a little better. The fish vendors, somebody talk about fish earlier,
fish spoiling.
Yeah, fish spoiling.
The small businesses,
the
they crying. The nail techs.
Yeah, hairdressers.
Barbers. The plumbers. The nurses, the electricians. The I-money. Are you people better now? The question is no. Because they're complaining, Devon.
Yeah, they are.
They're complaining of what this government is doing.
I comment here from a school child. I'm reading it for you. Just hand over the 3 criminals in the next 10 days to the FBI or the country with $200 million, or the country will suffer worse than the people expect. I just a comment.
But I don't know.
But something to think about. You know? Can you catch me?
So better we give them and save we sell.
And save we sell.
No, it's not he that will pay for it anyways.
No,
because it's not he the coffee.
It's Grenada, I will feel it.
You understand? That is so disgusting. You know, when we have a commander-in-chief, chief spokesman for our country, right? One of the biggest liars we have ever seen. You understand?
A friend of mine told me that when he went to Ghana, and on the streets, he give the people only 5 minutes, he don't do them. On the streets, he saw a lot of similar buildings to the set they're breaking down here now, with vendors. And they signed some fly-by-night, early morning agreement with Ghana.
Hide. Right before independence celebration, he did that. But you see, what they fail to realize, right? That what they are doing with the persons on the street by destroying them, they are basically slowing down the economy, and they are bringing hatred towards themselves, because when you deprive persons of making $1 to feed their family, and yet you are not providing the avenue for them to survive, what you expect them to do? Right? And it comes just like in my view with the Palestinians and Israelis. When you deprive people of their freedom and their rights, they will retaliate. And when they retaliate, you may not like what happened. The consequences will be great. So we, as a people here in Grenada, right, we must, pay attention to what is going on. And speak out. Speak out for God's sake. It is we that are being affected. And to my party, the New National Party, I urge us to continue the move, right, to ensure that our organization is well oiled and prepared for our next general election. It is never too early to start preparing.
So I come to beg for the whole of Grenada, borrowing that from a man. Please, Deacon, make a better try. Stop this mama guy. And the next one say, he acting like he want to leave us with the cow shit.
Yeah.
He acting like he want to mash everything up.
Yeah.
Please,
Go Bill.
Mr. Deacon, have a heart. The heart is your symbol. Yeah. Have a heart.
And stop lying. Give up lying.
All I go stop lying.
That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, yes, yeah. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash the lawyer, set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley. But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need to close to tell them.